Now, we all know when you Google St. Louis, you see headlines that say St. Louis is the most dangerous city in America, or most dangerous cities in America. St. Louis tops the list. Tonight, Chris Davis connects the dots on how merging the city and county won't make crime go away. But for people wanting to do business here, it could look more appealing.
That's exactly right, Mike. I actually have an interesting personal connection to this. So before I accepted the job here at 5 on Your Side a year and a half ago, my mother saw one of these lists and actually kind of freaked out a little bit. Wasn't sure what to think of it. So to help assuage some of her fears, I actually did some research and found that the numbers look much more dramatic because the city and county are separate. And by merging, supporters say other transplants like me might be willing to give this area a try too.
There's no question that those crime statistics do hurt us.
Dr. Rick Rosenfeld doesn't just know a thing or two about crime statistics. He literally wrote the book on it. But beyond the numbers, his time at UMSL has taught him just how influential some of those dangerous city rankings can be.
That's what people hear about. That's what they know when they decide to move here.
Rosenfeld crunched the numbers for us. He believes if the city-county merger passes, on day one, St. Louis would drop as the first or second most dangerous city on the FBI rankings to the middle of the pack.
We'd be far enough down the list it would hardly be noticeable.
Merged together, Rosenfeld predicts the property crime rate would drop by about 40%. The violent crime rate would drop by nearly half, with one key exception. Even after the merger, St. Louis would still have an exceptionally high homicide rate.
The county had 84 homicides last year, 2018, and for many, many years the county was running 30, 35 homicides, so that's a big jump over where it's been traditionally.
Critics of the plan argue that would only change the optics without tackling the crime issue itself. Is there anything in the Better Together plan that you see that could help with the execution of trying to reduce crime rates in an overall metropolitan area?
Yeah, the efficiency of police services would be much, much greater were a single police department in charge.
Rosenfeld says there's no question St. Louis has a crime issue, but argues merging together could open up new opportunities for solutions.
It's certainly going to help to have a much larger resource base associated with a population of 1 million than one of 300,000+.
Now, the plan also calls for one prosecuting attorney, so Rosenfeld argues that some of the complications, even maybe surrounding the unrest in Ferguson, might have been avoided with a more cohesive judicial system.
Well, I know you've looked into other cities that have done this. How has that changed the crime statistics for them?
Well, at least when we looked at Indianapolis, Charlotte, and Louisville, all of those numbers eventually declined once they had one policing arm and judicial arm, so we might be able to see it here.
All right, Chris, thank you very much.